What is up, guys? Ramel here from BMW San Rafael. Here again with a 2018 BMW X3. Today we're going to do an inside review, or just an inside look, of what the X3 consists of. 2018 model. Start off over here. As you can see, let me get this lighting a little bit better. We got a Glacier Silver with oyster interior. This car is equipped with convenience package, driving assistant package, premium package, and executive package. Starting MSRP is $42. Total retail suggested price is $55. This is a luxury line. As you can see, got upgraded seats with the executive package. Let's go ahead and start on the left side of the steering wheel. So here we have all of our light settings. We typically keep our lights in A for automatic. There are sensors up front for detecting amount of light. When the car needs, it will turn on the headlights, and it does it really good. Going through a tunnel, they'll automatically turn on. The moment it starts to get dark, you go in shade, they turn on. They're really good system. Set it and forget it is how what I tell people. Off to the left, we do have fog lights. The fog lights are not automatic. You do have to manually press those. And then right here, we have an internal dimmer. Down below, we have a nice little container. It's big enough for, to fit a wallet, a fast track, something that you don't want to leave out in the car. Over here on the end of the blinkers, we do have our BC button, which is going to toggle between a few different menus down here. As you can see. Right under that BC button, we have the automatic high beams. The automatic high beams work really good. They sense there's a sensor up front that detects for high headlights and rear tail lights. And it's a phenomenal system. If you're out in the country road, or you're out somewhere where there is not a lot of light, you press this button one time, you get that indicator that it is on. And as you're driving, the car will automatically turn on and off the headlights. Phenomenal system. You don't have to worry about turning them on, turning them off, being that person that is driving with their high beams on. Really nice system. Our blinkers, you do have one tap. Gets you 3 blinks either way. Pressing up and holding, you get a traditional blinker until you make a full turn, and you can turn that off. We do have cruise control, so the top button is going to turn it on, set and resume, adjust accordingly your speed. We do have these nice paddle shifters back here in the back, downshift and upshift. Heated steering wheel button is now on the front of the steering wheel itself. It is no longer on the side column. Moving over here, we have a few different buttons over here. We have to answer a phone call, to end the phone call, the button in which you are going to speak to the car, enter an address, make a phone call, volume control. You have a mode button, so in your heads-up display, you can, you will be able to, as you can see over there to the right, you'll be able to press it and you can get FM, AM, your music collection, satellite radio, and you can go ahead and you can change the channel there. You would scroll up and down with this, and as well press down. Another cool thing about this button, another cool feature about all of our cars, is once you have connected your phone to via Bluetooth, if you press this phone button one time and then scroll up in your heads-up display, off to the right there, you will actually get your recent 20 calls. Most of us call the same 5-10 people a day, so it makes it really easy just to press this button, scroll through, and figure out who you'd like to talk to that way, rather than having to go through and tell the card to command somebody or to call somebody for you. Over here is a really important button. This button is the button that is going to turn on and off the automatic the start stop of the engine. So when you come to a complete stop, the engine will turn off. By pressing this button and seeing the red light, it will disable that system. Moving over down to the climate control area. Over here you do have mode and band, which do the same thing as the mode button, except for it gets it on here. And then you can scroll through which one you would like. Volume control, you do have presets, and we still do have a CD player. One cool thing about these presets, you can save them as navigations or like common addresses that you use. You can save phone numbers to them, so they are not just radio stations. For those of you who travel a lot in your car, for those of you who travel a lot in your car, for those of you who use your car as a mobile office, it is really convenient because you can have your assistants here, you can have your most recent destinations or the frequent destinations that you visit there, and then you have a couple radio stations that you can use. It makes your car your mobile office. Down here we have max AC rear defrosters, seat warmers, ventilation on how it is coming out, fan speed, and then the same for the other side. Over here we do have circulation of the air. So for those of you that have allergies, green light means it's just circulating within the car, and obviously the AC button. Moving on down here, we do have a nice compartment down there for you to set your phone, your wallet, etc. Over here there's a little slot for your key, and you also have a USB port right in front, which is now very convenient. 2 cup holders. BMW loves to put cup holders everywhere, so you have a bottle holder in each of the doors, you have 2 cup holders, and in the back seat you have them as well. We do have a few different driving modes. You have traction control, sport. These cars do come with a full digital display, so as you can see, that's sport, comfort, and eco pro. Changing between sport, comfort, and eco pro, it does change the layout of your display, which is pretty cool. Moving on down, you do have your parking sensors, which you can turn on with a press of this button. As you see, that turns on the rear parking sensors. You have a front camera. Sorry, this is the rear view of the camera. Moving on down, you have hill descent. For those of you who live in the snowy areas, going down a grade at a very low mile an hour, sometimes having assistance from the car. One cool thing about the hill descent is it uses ABS. So if you are going down a hill and the wheel is turned all the way to the left, but the car notices that you aren't actually turning, the car will apply brake to certain wheels to actually pull you to the left. Phenomenal system. Auto hold. This, if you engage this button, coming up to a light when in drive, you could come up to a light, the car will automatically put the parking brake on. The moment you tap the gas, it is disengaged and you start driving. This is great for city driving, long stoplights, stop and go traffic. It just allows you to rest a little bit more than normal. Moving up into the iDrive. So you're similar looking iDrive to your 2016 models, except for now these are all live tiles. So this will have the artist and the album name. Communications will have the date, and also down here it will say the name of your iPhone with the percentage of your battery. Navigation does have your current location with a little bit of real-time traffic. My vehicle does have your average MPG and your average mile per hour. Connected drive will have your weather. The notifications will just pop up with the number of notifications you have. Now the one cool thing about this is now touchscreen. So you can go in here and tap home, which is pretty neat. Fun fact for you guys, tapping this and the time that it takes to open a application is faster than the iPhone, which is a pretty cool fact for you guys out there. That motion and that tap is more responsive and faster than an iPhone. So to pair your phone, you'd go into communications, manage mobile devices, and connect a new device. As you can see, somebody was playing around in here. We'll go ahead and delete her. This car is equipped with Apple CarPlay. So for those of you who don't know what it is, I will be making a video later on and kind of just going through what Apple CarPlay is. This right here is your safety systems. Frontal collision warning, lane departure warning, pedestrian warning, all are on right here. Obviously you configure them. So frontal collision warning, you can change this to early, medium, and late. Why you would change it to late, not sure. Lane departure warning, this will read the road, will read the lines on the road. If you are swerving or slightly veering into the lane next to you, the steering wheel will vibrate and just let you know that, hey, you are veering into the next lane. And then blind spot detection. Blind spot detection is really cool because it doesn't just tell you if somebody's in your blind spot. In the back, BMW uses sonar, the same thing that the military uses. So if somebody is driving in your left lane, and they are doing 100 miles an hour and they're 100 yards behind you, the car will know. So the car will automatically turn on the blind spot lights, indicating that somebody's in your blind spot before they even are, to try and avoid that accident. If somebody is in your blind spot and you still try merging over, the car will beep, the steering wheel will vibrate, and the blind spot lights will start to flash, just letting you know that somebody's in your blind spot to avoid that crash. These can all be configured on here. You can turn certain ones off. A lot of people like to have the lane departure off as one setting, so with one press of the button, it turns off lane departure. Around here we have really windy roads heading out to the beaches, and it can get annoying when you're crossing those roads ever so slightly every single time you change the steering wheel. And then all you would do is go in here, you would go individual, configure, and then we can turn it off. Now as you see, that gives us a red light. It gives us a red light just saying that, hey, one of your systems is off. If we turn it, we can go all on. Gives us a green light, letting us know it's back on. Alright guys, that was a brief inside look and overview of the 2018 X3. If you have any questions, feel free to call BMW of San Rafael. Alright guys, until next time. Please subscribe, like, and comment, share this video. Let me know what other videos you guys would like to see, and I'll see you guys in the next one.